It does not matter how slowly you go as long as you do not stop. The will to win, the desire to succeed, the urge to reach your full potential. These are the keys that will unlock the door to personal excellence. Our greatest glory is not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. Choose a job you love and you will never have to work a day in your life. The man who moves a mountain begins by carrying away small stones. Real knowledge is to know the extent of one's ignorance, to see what is right and not do it is the want of courage. Wheresoever you go, go with all your heart. The superior man is modest in his speech but exceeds in his actions. Learning without thought is labor lost. Thought without learning is perilous. When we see men of a contrary character, we should turn inwards and examine ourselves. The willow which bends to the tempest often escapes better than the oak which resists it. Without an acquaintance with the rules of propriety, it is impossible for the character to be established. Silence is a true friend who never betrays. The more man meditates upon good thoughts, the better will be his world and the world at large. He who learns but does not think is lost. He who thinks but does not learn is in great danger. When anger rises, think of the consequences. To be wronged is nothing unless you continue to remember it. The superior man is distressed by the limitations of his ability. He is not distressed by the fact that men do not recognize the ability that he has. It is not possible for one to teach others who cannot teach his own family. To go beyond is as wrong as to fall short. The faults of a superior person are like the sun and moon. They have their faults, and everyone sees them. They change, and everyone looks up to them. The superior man understands what is right. The inferior man understands what will sell. The man who asks a question is a fool for a minute. The man who does not ask is a fool for life. To see what is right and not do it is cowardice. The strength of a nation derives from the integrity of the home. When we see men of virtue, we should think of equaling them. When we see men of a contrary character, we should turn inwards and examine ourselves. Humankind differs from the animals only by a little, and most people throw that away. The superior man, when resting in safety, does not forget that danger may come. When in a state of security, he does not forget the possibility of ruin. Fine words and an insinuating appearance are seldom associated with true virtue. Virtue is not left to stand alone. He who practices it will have neighbors. The cautious seldom err. When we see men of worth, we should think of equaling them. When we see men of a contrary character, we should turn inwards and examine ourselves. The faults of a superior person are like the eclipses of the sun and moon. Everyone sees them, everyone points at them, yet they do not lose their brightness. I hear and I forget, I see and I remember, I do and I understand. He who exercises government by means of his virtue may be compared to the North Polar Star, which keeps its place when all the stars are rotating about it. Is it not a pleasure, having learned something, to try it out at due intervals? Reviewing what you have learned and learning anew, you are fit to be a teacher. The superior man is modest in his speech, but exceeds in his actions. The way out is through the door. Why is it that no one will use this method?